All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, this is Homeroom with Smooth. I am the host. All right, I'm the host of the podcast. We're almost at 1,000 subs. Can you fucking believe it? After all this time, uh, the craziest part is in the last I want to say 90 or so days, like a little bit more, like the last like 400 or 500 like came in to bring us to where we are today, which is freaking awesome, still growing. So yeah, if you're watching, please sub. So anyway, let's get into it. The first topic of the day, MrBeast got canceled. All right. Um, and MrBeast getting canceled is probably the dumbest cancellation. Might be the single dumbest uh cancellation I have ever seen in my life. So they want to cancel MrBeast, okay? And here's why. They want to cancel MrBeast because he cured over 1,000 people's blindness, right? So he did this charity event, right? Because he's always doing these charities, always giving away all this money or whatever. And he did this charity event where it wasn't even a charity event. Like people sent in their problem or whatever, right? Like to get their blindness cured. And he said, okay, great. I'm gonna cure their blindness. So he partnered with a surgeon, and it's a 10-minute surgery. And then he went around the world and did this around the world. So we're talking countries like Indonesia, India, Britain, um, Brazil, and a couple other places. I think he may have even went to China. He went to all these places and cured people of blindness. Like, and what I mean by that is he got someone, he got a surgeon of the country or whatever to do the 10-minute surgery to give these people their eyesight that they never had, right? Okay. And people got pissed off because they said he was monetizing their suffering. My thing is this: number one, he couldn't help this person if this person didn't send in to go, yo, I want I want you to do this, right? Two, I want you to help me out here. Two. So what? He made a video about it. That's what he does. He's a content creator. He makes videos. You knew damn well if you sign up for MrBeast thing, you were gonna get put in the video possibly. He didn't even use everybody. The video's not that long. He didn't even put every single person's face in there. So I think some people declined, bruh. I think some people declined, and that's fine because you got 1,000 people. And then on top of curing their blindness, he gave people cars, uh, you know what I'm saying, to include Teslas, okay? He gave people just money in general. Like he was legitimately helping these people get back on their feet. And your complaint is, man, he made a video about it. I'm so sorry. First of all, you didn't do it. I didn't do it. So who gives a fuck? Gives a fuck. That's what he did with his money. And him making those videos allows him to then go out there and do it again. So y'all tell me what's better. Those 1,000+ so people still being blind, or him making this video, right? Like him making the video and him putting it out and him helping all these people. Which one's better? Which one's better? That's what I want to know. What's the alternative you have? Then okay, if you don't want MrBeast to do it, right, and do it the way he did it, okay, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna pay for it? Are you gonna pressure your government and politicians to cover it? And then they actually do that. They actually cure the do these surgery on these blind people because it's a 10-minute surgery. It's literally 10 minutes, and people got upset. All right. So that's topic number one. As far as me, I'm concerned, hey, kudos to you, MrBeast. Kudos to you. Because ain't nobody else did it. And ain't nobody else gonna do it. Nobody else is out there like, you know what? Let me help these blind people out, bro. Let me put money in their pocket. Let me make sure they straight. Let me give them a car. Let me get them back on the road. Like nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. They're just leaving people to suffer. and then complaining when somebody helps some people out. That's one. All right, that's one. That's one. Then the next thing we have up is so look, y'all been saying this man is a clone. I'm gonna let this man speak for himself.
I think it was important for me to wait and speak publicly at the right time, as it was just a lot to process within my own self, mentally, physically, even spiritually. I can't tell you how appreciative I am of all the love, all the support.
Okay, I ain't even know there was music like that in the video. Yeah, appreciative. He's appreciative of all the love and support. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, real quick. There's another video we got. I think this one is number 2.
I can't tell you how appreciative I am of all the love, all the support. What happened to me on Monday Night Football, I feel it's a direct example of God using me as a vessel to share my passion and my love directly from my heart with the entire world. And now I'm able to give it back to kids and communities all across the world.
All right. There's that part. And then we got one more. We got one more vid. One more vid from the man himself. All right. And then we got, all right, let's get this up out of here.
Thank you to everyone who donated in any type of way to the Chasing Limbs Foundation. My mind is literally blown away from all the support, and I'm so excited for the things that I have planned in the future for these kids all across the country now. While I'm so thankful to everybody, I know that it isn't enough just to be thankful. This is just the beginning of the impact that I wanted to have on the world, and with God's guidance, I will continue to do wonderful and great things. I couldn't do this without any of the support and the love, and I can't wait to continue to take y'all on this journey with me.
All right, cool. So look. First of all right, everybody that said he was a clone, you're a moron. You're an absolute moron. I've seen so many videos. I was gonna screen grab a few. Okay, I was gonna put y'all on blast, but I'm not gonna do that. You know you're a moron. Okay, there were other videos that came out during the time that surfaced where you could physically see him. And he was fine. But y'all chose not to acknowledge those facts. Okay, just like any other person that just wants to be a fucking moron, ignore the facts and then go to these little clips and things and say, "Oh, I can't clearly see him. Oh, I don't know if that's really him. I don't know if that's really him acting right and all that." Like, first of all, this man suffered a major concussion. If something's a little wrong with him, that's normal. That's normal. What are we 2.5 weeks removed from him being in a coma, like in a coma? Yeah, because I think they sedated him and he was in a coma, or medically induced. I think he was in a medically induced coma, so he could recover. Like what? And y'all think the NFL, y'all think people in general, just the NFL, the GMs, the sports people, the Illuminati, whatever you're thinking, blew money on a clone of Damar Hamlin. We're talking about a clone of Damar Hamlin. There's so many people they could clone. They could clone. They could clone. What's his name? What's his name that they could clone right now? What's his name? They could have made a new clone of anybody. You name it. I was gonna list some names, but those people are dead, and I don't. I just want to respect the dead. Look, they could clone Tom Brady right now. They can make a new clone of Barack Obama. They can make a clone of Trump. They can make a clone of Joe Biden. They could make some pretty impactful clones. Excuse me, but y'all want to say they cloned Damar Hamlin, of all people, of all black people. That's who they chose. This is our clone. This is what we're gonna do. We could clone Beyonce. We could clone Jay-Z. We could clone Rihanna. Nah. We could clone Drake. Nah. we could clone any influential black person. Nah, we gonna clone Damar Hamlin. That's gonna be our vessel for our will and the things we want to do in this world. What? What kind of dumb ass conspiracy shit is that? And I have no other way to say it. Dumb. Dumb. You're dumb. The people that believe it are dumb. The people that you told and watched your videos are dumb. And honestly, I think, I think, I pray for your children. That's all I'm gonna say. I pray for your children. I pray for your families as well. Because they have to deal with your dumb ass. And I hope you don't overtly influence your children to believe dumb, unbased shit like that. All right. Well, listen. We're gonna go to commercial real quick. We're gonna come right back, and I'm finna go into the next one.
Hey, if you're someone that craves vibes when it comes to music, like I do, you need to check out Rose Petals. Rose Petals is a 12-track R&B album by yours truly, Finn Rochelle, and it just dropped. It's available right now on all major digital outlets. I'm personally inviting you to come and vibe with me through music. Let me know what you think. Shout out to the home team, the Kosher Sound, and you already know we're supporting and watching Homeroom with Smooth. Let's go.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Aaron. Rochelle, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go check out her new album. Y'all go check out her new single, Please Me. Her new album is called Rose Petals, by the way. So listen. We're finna take this is finna take a sadder tone, okay? A sadder tone. So listen, unfortunately, Annie Wersching, okay? Annie Wersching had passed away yesterday. Unfortunately. She had an ongoing battle with cancer, and she passed away Sunday morning. We're praying for her. We're praying for her families. This one hit me a little different because 24 is like my favorite show of all time. That is my favorite show of all time. My TV show, all time. It's up there. It's up there with Heroes. Heroes, like Heroes until they like did the Heroes Reborn thing. Just the original Heroes, fire. I love Heroes. And then Annie Wersching, like and then in 24, like she was so great. She was great in a role. Like her, her and Keith Sutherland. It was great. Man, she was on that show for several seasons. She was also in Maleficent, as you can see in the photo there. Yeah, man. Definitely thoughts and prayers for her and her family. She also happened to have voiced Tess in the game Last of Us. All right, she voiced Tess in the game Last of Us, which takes me to my next topic. The Last of Us 3 episode 3, right? The Last of Us episode 3. The outrage that video has received, okay, that episode has received is, I understand that they strayed and completely changed and diverted what was originally in the game, because what was originally in the game, okay, first I'll describe to you what happened in the episode, then I'll tell you what happened originally in the game. So in the episode, and this one got people upset. People are upset because in that episode, okay, instead of just really honing in on just uh Joel and Ellie, they were only in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the episode. After that, it focuses on bruh, listen, I don't even remember them characters' names, bro. I don't remember them in the game. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a band. I knew Tess existed in the game, but she was there and gone. Like within the first like 4 or 5 hours of the game, like is these first 3 episodes. That's the first 4 or 5 hours of the game. So most of the characters, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That's just me. So I don't even know the name of the 2 dudes, right? I don't even know the name of their 2 characters. That's how irrelevant it is. They changed it instead of Joel and because Joel and Tess, they're the people that they trade with, and they were doing like all the in they're doing all the what in the world? Anyway, they're doing all the they're smuggling with, right? Because they have this whole town to themselves, pretty much. They have like they had running water that was hot as well. They had electricity, like like it was crazy. They had electricity. They had they had man, they had everything you could think of. Everything you could think of and want. Like they had it there. Like if you were to be in an apocalypse, they had everything that you needed. Okay. Like he walled off the city. He made traps all around the different places so people couldn't just get in to the town where they were at. He made sure of it. He made sure of it. He built all that up in the first 3 years. Then the next like 3 years he ran into man, that is really bothering me, man. That is really bothering me. What the heck is that character's name? That is really bothering me. Uh let's see. Bill and what the heck? Bill and come on. Bill and Frank. Okay. Bill and Frank. That's what their names were. Bill and Frank. Okay. So Bill built up this whole city in the first 3 years. Then 3 more years go by, and then he runs into Frank because Frank falls into one of his holes. All right. So Frank falls into the holes. He gets him out. Look, I should have said spoiler warning. I don't give a fuck, bro. If you're still watching this video and you see I'm talking about stuff in the episode, you had plenty of time to click off. So anyway, so Frank falls in the hole. Boom. Frank's in the hole. Help, help. I'm in the hole. Help. All right. So Bill comes out there. He's like, hey, yo, are you bit? And he's like, no, I'm not infected, blah, blah, blah. He's, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for Boston. I was at the Baltimore, quarantine zone. It's overran. It's done. It's over with. Like it fell into chaos or whatever it was. So, Frank pulls up to, so Frank's in the hole. Bill ends up going, you know what? Okay, let me see if you're infected. He sticks a ladder down there. Dude comes up. He checks him. Boom. He's not infected. He's good. He's like, okay, Boston is that way. You can make it there before nightfall if you just go straight that way. If you go straight, you can make it there before nightfall. Okay, Frank is like, okay, but I'm hungry. You know, I'm hungry. Can I get some food? I haven't eaten in 2 days. And Bill is just like, no, blah blah blah. Then Frank is like ask him, and they have some conversation or whatever. They have a little conversation or whatever, a little banner. And then so, you know, he ends up letting Frank come in the house. He lets Frank take a shower. He lets him he cooks him a meal. He cooks for him, they eat, and then he Bill and Frank, after they eat, they end up going over to his piano that he has in his house. Frank tries to play it, but Frank sucks. Bill plays it, and Bill plays it eloquently, top notch. Okay, now all of this stuff does not happen in the game. Okay, all of this stuff that I'm describing didn't happen in the game. All right, that's not, you don't get barely any backstory on them too. And this, and I'm gonna give my grievance a bit here. Because they still could have done what they did without diverting from the game. They could have done both. But they chose not to. So here he's playing a piano, and then Frank asked him who he was singing to, what was the lucky lady. He's like, there isn't a lady, and then Frank says, I know. So that reveals that he knows Bill is gay. Which is crazy though, because like, Bill didn't do anything up to that point for him me as a casual watcher to notice. So I was like, oh, okay. Like he just knew. All right, that's cool. And then so Frank then kisses him, right? He then kisses him. It's like, oh my God. I was like, oh, whoa, I didn't see this one coming. So he kisses him. Frank kisses Bill or whatever, and then so he goes upstairs to the room. Well, first he kisses him and he tells him to go take a shower. Bill goes upstairs to take a shower. Frank just sits down. By the time Bill comes out the shower, Frank is just in his bed. Okay, they get it on, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, they've been living together forever. They've been living together for a good couple years, for like 3 years. And then they have company come over. They have company come over. I think, 10 years. Was it 10? No, I think it was another 3. It was another 3. It was another 3. It was another 3 years. So another 3 years went by. And yeah, that's right. Another 3 years went by. And they had company, and the company was Tess and Joel. Joel and Tess, they get together, you know what I'm saying? Like Joel and Tess, they're been together, whatever, and they're trying to trade with them. And Frank is like happy. He's elated. You know what I'm saying? He mowed the grass. Like he did extra stuff, like repainted the house, did extra stuff that they didn't even need to do, but he just did it because he wanted to make a good first impression, which is crazy. Now, so they sitting on the lawn like civilized people, like it's not the apocalypse, and they're drinking. I mean, they're eating and drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like they have plenty of wine and all this stuff. So they're doing all of that stuff, and needless to say, they agreed to start trading with them. After 10 more years go by, like they've obviously been trading and whatnot. Whoop. This is who Joel from episode 2 said. Joel, this is who Tess told Joel to go to. You know what I'm saying? And then get some help. So then he can go. And meet up with them and get some help to get to whoever his friend was at the beginning of the first episode. I forget who dude's name was. But anyway, this is where they get the truck. This is where they get the truck from in the game. This is where they get the truck from. Same group of people. Now, here's the thing. It fast forwards 10 years, right, in the show. And they're both old. Frank had like this terminal cancer or something or whatever it was. He had a disease that was really bad. And he was going to die, and he decided he wanted today to be his last day. So he crushed up pills and made crushed up a bunch of horse pills to kill himself, like basically sedate himself to the point where he just sleeps straight into a coma and his heart stops and he dies in his sleep, like that, right? And so the same thing happens with Bill is like reluctant to do that because he didn't want to kill Frank. He didn't want Frank to die. But Frank ended up, you know what I'm saying, convincing Bill to give him one last good day. So they do all that stuff. They eat dinner, you know what I'm saying, and he crushed up the pills. Well, in Bill's wine, he also crushed up enough pills to kill himself as well. So they both died in each other's arms. Like he died holding him in his arms in the bedroom. All right. So they're dead in the house. By the time Joel and Ellie get there in the show, I'm gonna call her L for short because that's what I did on the game. I called her L. They get there, you know what I'm saying, and they're both dead. They're both dead as fuck, but they can't smell it in the house because they left the window open. So that their dead, decomposing bodies would be just in the air, right? All right, so here we go. They're dead. It's in the air. You know what I'm saying? He leaves a letter for them. And he said, protect who you can protect, right? That's what he tells Joel. Protect who you can protect. He tells him protect who you can protect. And after that, he reads the letter. There's a little bit at the bottom Tess is dead. You know what I'm saying? So like he reads the part where he says you can protect Tess and all this other stuff. Um, so that stuff it hurts him. Joel's kind of like emotional, but he takes the key. He goes over to the garage, and in the garage, there he goes into the bunker from the garage side. Because obviously you can get to the bunker from the house from inside the house, but I think the house entrance has to be open from the inside out. From the inside the bunker out, but the to get in the bunker you can go in. You go in through the garage. So he goes into the bunker. He sees all the guns and all the other stuff. He gets the supplies. They both take showers. And Ellie's idea. They both take showers. They both get some new clothes, and this is when they get the signature clothes that they have on in the game, which I was pleased about. I was really happy. They get into the same truck that they got into in the game, which is great. Like they made a battery because he left this stuff to make a battery in the in the freezer in the garage and instructions. And so they had that stuff there, and needless to say they left, and that was it. Like that's pretty much it. Like what I just told y'all was it. Now where it deviates from the game is on in the game when you're playing that section, Frank dies because you guys are trying to go get a battery from out of I think it's either like an old auto zone or like a Home Depot, whatever the fuck. Y'all going into this warehouse to get a battery. And he gets bit by some infected, multiple bites from infected while trying to leave. And so he's infected. And so he hangs himself in the house. He hangs himself so he doesn't become uh a an infected. And he leaves a letter there telling Bill how much he hates him, and how much he was sick of him, and how he's running the town, because originally the town had more people in it. So, and that's what I thought I was going to see. I thought I was going to see they had a town and they had like way more people in there, because that's what they had before. They had a thriving little village, and it was more than just them living there. Like it was a bunch of people living in that town. Um, yeah, yeah, there was a bunch of people living in the town. It was good. It was good times. It was great. Um, yeah, and so people are upset because they're now mad that, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, this episode got turned into like this gay agenda episode, which 40 minutes of it was their relationship. And it honestly, honest to goodness, right? Take away the fact that they were gay. That was a beautiful and well done episode. All right. Just sit that to the side. Sit them being gay aside. That was a great love story from start to finish. It was. That was a phenomenal 40 minutes of television. Look, I'm not even that attached to Bill and Frank. So what they did there to make them that, like, I had to go think about what was in the game for me to even get upset. I knew that wasn't the game. I knew I worked with them on a couple of little missions, and then one of them died. I knew one of them died. I just didn't remember which one. I knew one of them was gonna die. So, and since that didn't happen, I was just like, okay. And then plus it meant there was a bit of character, there was some character interactions that are lost, because some of the stuff was pretty funny between Elle and Bill. Ellie and Bill were like freaking hilarious in the game. Um, yeah, they were pretty hilarious in the game. And Frank was hilarious too, just in his own right. Like there was some great character interactions that I regret that we won't ever get to see, because they're both dead. Um, yeah, they're both dead, I'm sad to hear. I'm sad that we don't get to get that. But however, people being upset about how the episode went, I'm gonna just tell you to get over it, man. Get over it. Get over it. That was great. That was great cinema. Um, the acting was phenomenal. They both the actors for Bill and Frank. So we got Nick Offerman and Murray Bartlett. Okay, they did phenomenal jobs. Okay, Nick Offerman was Bill, and Frank was Murray Bartlett or whatever. Phenomenal, phenomenal job. Great television. HBO, kudos to like it was good. It was great. I'm not even mad about it. I'm really not. I'm really not. Um, I just wish that they did both things at the same time. Like both things could be true at the same time. Like I wish they would have um gave us those interactions, but allowed Frank to live. You know what I'm saying? Allow Frank to live through that instead of dying, and then like he's like instead he's like dying of his disease, and then because he's dying of his disease, then that happens the night after Joel and Ellie leave on television. Like they could have went that way, and then they still would have met. They still would have had the same character interactions. They still would have had did the little side mission, and then still came back and ended with the same net result of them being dead in the bedroom together, as Ellie and and Joel leave. I think they could have done both, but what they decided to do, I'm not upset about it. I just, you know what I'm saying, it had been 1-to-1, you know what I'm saying? It had been almost 1-to-1 up until now. So for them to subvert expectations on episode 3 like this, I know it's gonna, especially with how they did it, I know it's gonna mess some people up. I know it really is. Um, but with that said, um yeah, that's how I feel about it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section down below. We're gonna make take a little brief pause, get a little tone shift, and then we're gonna come back with the last topic.
What's up, guys? My name is Megan, and I help people move to China. If you like free health care, free transportation, and a free place to stay, and also traveling abroad, hit me up. My name is Megan, and I'm rocking with Homeroom with Smooth.
All right. So listen. If you want to move to China, if you want to teach out there, if you want to do any other job out there, reach out to her. She got her own like hiring agency type deal, and she'll help you get you established out there where you can like work and get a good job, you know what I'm saying, making some money, free rent and stuff like that. But I mean, if you want to know more, you can check out episode 185 of the podcast. She was on there and she explains in more detail. That's on this channel. You can also just go straight to her YouTube channel, and she explains a lot there as well. Her links are going to be in the description box of this video once it finalizes in post. Now to the last topic. All right, so I seen this tweet. I seen this tweet via Facebook, and I figured I'd share this with you guys. So here's what it says. It says, I'm top 37% this month on OnlyFans. I made about $100. That means 63% of creators made less than $100 this month. Do whatever you want with this information. All right, so listen. Is it an OnlyFans recession? Because I thought they were balling. 63% of all the women on there made less than $100. Like, you ain't paying no bills with that. That means you still had to have your regular job and you on the internet naked. That's crazy. You could have went and been a stripper and made more than $100. You could have been a stripper and made more than $100. That's nuts. You on cam naked. Like, and I know people like to say, oh, people be doing other things on there, bruh. Most, I'm talking 95% of people on there are some type of sex industry relation type stuff. some type of like OnlyFans related type material, like only like some X videos type ish. I'm talking butt naked. Like they out there. Like your nudes is on the net for everybody. And you made less than $100. That's crazy. And she's in the top 37%. And so that means 30% ain't that far from it. That means 20% probably ain't that far from it either. Like if we being honest, 20% probably ain't that far from it either. So now I'm looking at this and I'm going, that's crazy. You know, that's real deal crazy. That's real deal crazy. Like to be, man, cause I'm saying like the top 20, you ain't even like you barely making ends meet at the top 20%, and you butt naked. You butt booty naked on there. Then you got like I don't think you start making that money till you in that top like 10%. That's crazy. That's crazy. That means most of the people in the industry, most of the people on OnlyFans ain't even making money. And you probably making even less money after OnlyFans takes its cut of your money. Like it don't sound good. It don't sound like a good deal. Because you're at risk of losing your regular job for $100. You finna lose your primary income for $100. You messing up like like it's not a slight on your reputation. However, society has not accepted that particular line of work yet. So therefore, like you're ruining your own reputation and you're putting yourself out there for everybody for less than $100. Nuts. I just really want to deal with that 63% number. That's nuts. There's thousands, hundreds of thousands of girls, women on the net, butt naked for less than $100. Bro, y'all could have been actual porn stars and made more money than that. Like for real. Y'all could have been actual porn stars and made more money than that. Y'all could have been, like I said, stripper. Like, you know, and that's just crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. It'll always be crazy to me, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this last one. I really don't have much else to say. This is wild. That's wild. I ain't never seen a mess like that. But yeah, this will end today's weekend roundup. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm up out of here.